Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team, powered by Keller Williams, with my buddy Brett and his brother Barry, my other buddy. 2 Garners, 1 Harmon.
2 for 1.
Yep, 2 for 1. Fantastic. Thank you. We are at, what's this place called?
Hilton. It's the Hilton downtown.
Cannon and Bell, the restaurant, Cannon and Bell. We're in Austin, Texas right now for Keller Williams Mega Camp, which is a pretty cool event. There was, how many people you think was in that room? 10,000?
It was 10,000. Yeah, I don't think that'd be a minimum.
Yeah. And so a bunch of Keller Williams agents down here. It sounds like a bad joke. A bunch of Keller Williams agents walk into a convention center. Yeah. So anyway, just down here and learning how to be a better agent, how to better serve our clients, how to be better business managers, all the things that will help us serve you better. So that was a lot of betters in one sentence. Anyway, I stayed out too late last night, and so having some coffee and toast. And we're gonna slide this a little closer. I'm not sure about sound. How's that? Is that better?
Can you hear us, Troy?
Troy Arnold. You know Troy, don't you?
I do know Troy well.
Yeah. So Barry's a Smyrna guy that's moved down to Peachtree City, Georgia. And the conversation today that I want to have is basically, I want you guys to kind of tell your stories, how you got into real estate, why you got into real estate. I'll ask you a few questions about that. And what I really want to find out is, there's a lot of folks, there's a lot of buzz about real estate right now. And, a lot of folks that are getting into it, they discover it's not exactly what they thought it would be, or it's better than they thought it would be, or, all kinds of across the board. So I'm going to ask you guys a lot of questions about why you got in, how you got in, why it was the right time, why it might not have been the right time, that you kind of made it work. Barry, you've been an agent now for
almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years. Yeah. When did you get licensed?
I got licensed in 2009, and the market was definitely shifted already then. It was kind of tanking, and I figured if everybody else was getting out, I needed to get in. So that was the time to get in, and came on with Keller Williams. Lasted about 2 months at Keller Williams and decided I was either going to starve to death or have to do something else with my career. So I decided to jump into a smaller agency, started working with investors, and had lots of success with investors because house prices were so cheap. And so Kelly, really the second year I was in real estate, did almost 100 transactions that year, did 94 transactions.
Wow.
And it was a lot of fun. And so after that, the market started to shift again, so I decided that I was going to move back to Keller Williams. And so I jumped back in with Keller Williams and have been there about 3 years now. And I have a team there in Peachtree City called the Garner Group, and we were just having fun. I was talking to somebody on my team today, and they were stressing out because had so much to do. I was loving life because that's the way it's supposed to be. If we're not busy, then we're doing something wrong. So
if you're not busy, you're hungry.
Exactly. So it's been great. I've really enjoyed the past couple of years. It's been a very wonderful experience for not just me, but for my family as well.
Sure.
It's provided a lot for us. So.
Now, how many do you have on your team?
I have 4 total. I have another agent that is in the office all the time, and she has been licensed about the same amount of time that I have, for 9 years. She got her license in 2009, and then she does lots of things, but she's a great listing person, so I let her do a lot of the paperwork and the listings. And then I have 2 other agents that are part-time as buyer's agents, and they, one of them just sends me leads, so she gets paid just to really go to her regular job, and she sends me people she knows. The other one is kind of part-time with us. He is in the office most days, but he's part-time really. And he is a buyer's agent and meets as many people as I can send him out to show houses. He loves it. He and his wife both love it. So she may jump in pretty soon.
Great.
Maybe be our stager pretty soon.
There you go.
So,
love it.
Good.
Love it. And I'll come back to some other questions. Brett, kind of tell your story, because I know your story fairly well, but they don't, and it's a pretty cool story.
So I decided to get my license last year after a trip to Asheville with Jonathan. It's something I kind of thought about for the last 3 years after Jonathan and I had a conversation about it. He was still like it. It's just something that I wasn't ready for then, and I was still very much engaged where I was at Ferguson Enterprises. I enjoyed what I was doing. It just wasn't the right time for me. And as my role shifted at Ferguson and my quality of life there wasn't what I wanted, I decided it was time to look somewhere else for something different. So starting back in September of last year, decided to work towards getting my license. And then made the
Notice he said
plunge.
work towards.
Right.
Notice he said September.
Yes. I wanted to be ready to go by the spring.
He's a brother. I can give him a hard time.
I wanted to be ready to go by spring, and so I left Ferguson in January, and really haven't looked back. I mean, I do miss some of the things I did there, but I'm getting to do a lot of the things that I did there in real estate.
Yeah.
And it's really a passion for me, and I love dealing with people. And for me, in everything I've ever done, my greatest satisfaction comes from helping people.
And you're good at it. I mean, you have a heart for it. It's natural to you.
Well, that's why I love to do it. It's because it's just embedded in my persona to want to help. There's nothing greater to me than to see somebody fulfill a dream, or help them reach the goal, cross the finish line, whatever it is. I just love that feeling.
Yeah. And, last week I met with Ivan Fleming, who that was your recommendation. Amazing guy, and he talked a lot about y'all's dad and just how much of an impact Ed has had on
everybody that comes.
I was going to say,
yeah,
thousands of people? Is that an understatement?
That's accurate.
And it shows through you guys as well. And just Ed and Judy, both of them, they're saints. Maybe not in all aspects of the word, but as far as how they treat people, they're just good folks, and you guys do the same thing. So it's pretty cool to work with y'all.
Yep. So interestingly, you're talking about them. I do not have the knowledge that Brett has in the construction side of it. And our dad had an electricity and plumbing business for a while, so I called him on a regular basis and say, "Hey, what can I do with this?" or "How do we fix this?" or "This home inspector said this, but it doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Can you explain it to me a little bit?" And so he does that a lot. Or I'll call Brett about everything. So he doesn't have a chance to even relax. I'll call him, 4 or 5 times a day sometimes about just dealings that I have going on. And so it makes it fun for me because it lets us interact on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And that's, when the student becomes the plumbing, the copper and cast iron, and it's this way, and this is how we always did it. And now it's PEX and all these different materials.
Yeah.
I educated him on a lot of stuff, and that was fun for me.
Oh, yeah. I bet he was excited, too, though.
He had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And now I think we have a better relationship.
That's awesome.
It's a different turn on how we work.
That's very, very cool. So you got in 2009. You got in this year. Very different market for each of you when you got in. I got in 2009 as well. I was a high school teacher before, and I got in due to a unfortunate at the time, although it's turned out to be one of the most fortunate things in my life, loss of job and that kind of thing. Why did you get in 2009? What's your story leading up to that?
Well, after college, I basically started in the cheerleading world, and I did that for quite a while. But I moved to Georgia to open a cheerleading gym with a friend, and we had that cheerleading gym for about 6 years. And the market started to turn. We could see people not spending as much money on their kids as disposable income, and really 2007-ish was when we kind of started going downhill. So had to end up getting rid of that business and knew that I wanted to always be in real estate. I actually had my real estate license in Tennessee back for a little while right after I got rid of that cheerleading gym in Tennessee, and worked for a builder for a little bit. And that was an interesting deal. Got to learn a lot about construction and just different things about construction. But I really wasn't making any money, so that wasn't what I wanted to do. I knew that was not part of my future.
Right.
So then I moved to open another cheerleading gym down in Georgia. It was successful at first and very successful for a little while, and then it started moving downhill. So we decided we were not going to keep it. So we sold that, and I just had a couple of little jobs that got me through for the next little bit. Some great people helped me and allowed me the opportunity to study for my real estate license, and got my license. And then I knew that I wanted to be doing something with real estate, investing or helping people buy houses. I also love to help people, kind of like Brad. That's kind of in our nature. You've seen that with my dad. We just love to help people. So I knew that eventually I'll get to where I could sell regular real estate, what I call it, instead of investors. In 2009, I helped a lot of investors. Regular real estate, when it started a couple of years ago, has been just incredible for me.
Yeah.
Building those relationships has been just a lot of fun and just great times.
Would you say then for you, 2009, it was just kind of a fortuitous chain of events, and then it just kind of like, I mean, I know you told me earlier you got in because you saw a lot of people getting out.
Yes.
So do you think that it was good fortune and the right thought at the right time, or I mean, I don't know. Tell me about that.
I think God was leading me down that path to get in with some people that could basically take me further in my career and really push me to do real estate better than I could have done it on my own. So, but yes, it was a decision that I consciously made to get into real estate when everybody else was getting out. I could see the market going backwards and knew that it was going to be tough. And my point was, if I can make it when it's tough, when it gets to be easy, it's going to be really easy.
Yep. So, I was exactly the same. So I got in 2009, lost the job, and the stats in Tennessee, at least, it was somewhere around 60% of licensees that retired their licenses from 05 to 09.
Yep.
And I was like, well, dang, people are still going to need to buy and sell houses. So that's a huge job opening. And if not then, when? Right? If it was something that I always wanted to do, I wasn't going to do it right then when was I ever going to do it?
And that kind of jumped into what I was going to talk about next too, was with you guys being right in the Rutherford County area. Wow, what a great base of people.
Yeah.
And you were there. I kind of moved away and didn't have that base, and I was kind of just using those cheerleading contacts and everybody else. That's why I knew I wasn't going to make it at just staying in normal real estate. I needed to branch out and do something else with real estate, which is the investment side. But you guys, man, being right in Rutherford County, just a wonderful place to be.
I mean, when I got in, I didn't even think about how many other people were getting in it too. It's you hear it all the time. If you can walk around, you can sell a house. So a lot of people are getting into real estate, but it's how many of those people, when things get tough, will stick around. And I plan to stick around as long as I can support my family. I'm in it to win it, and I think that my background and my passion for helping people will produce what I needed to make it through whatever comes, to weather whatever storm.
Yeah, and there's a difference, and this is from my old boss. He would talk all the time about there's a difference in doing real estate, right? Or honing your tool set, honing yourself to be an advocate, to be an advisor, to be a confidant, to be a true agent in the sense of the word, where you represent the best interest of someone else, right? And that's not just being nice to someone, right? That is doing the education on the back end. That is attending events and things like that where you get better at your job. That is networking with people so that you're, what did they call it this morning, the Angie's List for your client database, right? It's all of that is what makes you a true agent. And to Barry's point, we were pretty fortunate in our upbringing and in our location we had a lot of that already there. And then it's just a matter of, okay, now what do I do with it?
Yeah,
Right.
right. A couple of those parts of what you did before real estate really helped out as well, which is we're more than just agents. We're more of teachers and coaches.
No doubt.
And that's where my cheerleading coaching background comes in. Every time I talk to a client, it's about how do I teach them and coach them in the right direction.
Right. Break the steps down.
I had a call just a few minutes ago about, hey, do I really need a termite bond for this sale of my house? I'm like, you need a termite bond. They asked for it. You got to go get it. I can do it for you, or you can do it. She said, I've got a team. I'll take care of it. They made it easy. She knew then that she had to take care of it. So
Yeah.
And that's a good feeling for me because that's one more area that she's educated in that she knows will make her, a better seller.
Yeah.
She'll be happy with her house. By the time they close, it'll be a wonderful transaction for everybody.
Yeah. So, what it is?
It is.
You did? Well,
Hey,
hello,
Jenny.
Jenny. Jenny Williams.
Anyway,
You know Miss Jenny, right? Huh? Oh, okay, thanks.
So getting back to like that sphere of influence where we came from, and still being in the same community we grew up in, it's a great place to be. And some people say they regret never having moved away and gone and experienced something else, but yeah, I love where we live. I think it is an awesome feeling to be able to help people I've known my whole life. To make a dream come true. Do something else.
And you've had how many transactions now where we moved somebody from somewhere else in 4 or 5?
Five transactions.
Couple months.
Relocations.
Yeah. And how cool is that for them to realize, oh, Brett knows everybody, or oh, I know that I can call on Brett, or Brett knows this. He knows about this restaurant. He knows what that new building is going to be. And to be able to bring someone in, I mean, you've made some introductions to folks that have moved in, to people that are already there. And, that's a connection that'll help that person be more comfortable in their new place. Yeah, exactly. That's a fantastic. I mean, we're like ambassadors,
Right. Yeah.
that's, advocates for everybody. Just trying to get people to meet people and do fun stuff.
So, well, I have some fun questions, because I know there's a lot of folks out there that either just got into real estate or they're thinking about getting into real estate. I get asked all the time, what are the steps to getting in, all of that stuff. So that's all mechanical answers. We can do that in no time. This is the fun stuff. This is the meat and potatoes. Okay. We're in Austin. This is the brisket and mac and cheese right here. Okay. Brisket and pinto beans, right? Like yesterday. Yeah. So, what was for you the biggest surprise? Okay, you get licensed, you're ready to go, right? And then, bam, here's a big surprise right out the gate. What was the biggest surprise for you?
Well, the biggest surprise for me in 2009 was I have nothing to go on. I jump in, and nobody's providing leads, nobody's providing anything for me. Everything is on me. Sink or swim.
Yeah.
That was, and after being with Keller Williams the first time for a couple months, I knew that either I was going to sink or I was going to do something else. Because it takes about 6 months to nurture your database to be able to get to that first closing, normally, except unless you're Brett.
Right.
So, that was a learning process for me. Everything I've done in my life had been easy.
Yeah.
This was not easy.
Yes.
And so I took that as a challenge, and I wanted that challenge. It was just even harder than I thought it was going to be.
I can relate to that. So this was the first time that I really had to think and work and we've talked about connections, but still start from scratch, right? And I had some good mentors that kind of helped along the way and gave ideas and pointed in the right direction. But ultimately, it's on your back, baby.
It's all on you.
That's right.
So,
what about you?
My biggest surprise for me was that real estate agents actually work. I thought when I started in this,
like my wife.
I was going to be able to sleep until 10.
You can.
No, you can, but you won't live.
Well, yeah, exactly.
you won't be in it very long.
It was going to be easy, and no, I'm kidding. The biggest thing that was a surprise for me was that I was actually able to make it. after leaving a career of 13 years and jumping into something different, and still been able to support my family without, breaking the bank all at the same time. I mean, I owe a lot of that to Jonathan for feeding me, and that's a great way for a lot of people that are new to the business to start out, be on a team and have somebody that's feeding you business. And it may not work for everybody. Some people with that alpha personality, they probably won't work well on a team. And they're just going to have to go out and do the grind, the daily grind. And it might take a little bit longer. That all depends on your situation.
Yeah. This is a really easy industry to do nothing in.
Yeah. You can absolutely wake up every day and stay in your PJs and go downstairs and make your cup of coffee and not do anything until 12 o'clock. But if you do that, you're going to go hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and then 3 months later, when you depleted your savings, you realize, oh, wow, I should have been doing something. But it's really easy to do nothing because it's really easy to not know what to do and to not have a direction. And especially getting started, what do you do first, right? I mean, if the world of real estate is as big as this table, when you get your license, you know about this much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so there's all this other stuff out there, and it can be very overwhelming to the point where it's paralyzing.
And that's one thing that's a great point is in real estate, if you decide you're going to do it, probably as you're studying for that exam or studying for your real estate licenses, go ahead and start talking to people that are in it. And the thing that everybody's going to tell you is start working on your database. Start telling people you're going to do it. That'll help you not fail, for one, because you're pushing yourself and having other people hold you accountable. But go ahead and get people used to the fact that you're doing something else. You're not at Ferguson anymore. You're not a cheerleading coach anymore.
Not a teacher.
You're not a teacher anymore.
Yeah.
I'm dedicating my life to serve others as a real estate agent. I want to be a realtor so that I can help people buy the biggest investment or the largest investment that they ever make in their whole life.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's fun, but that database is very key.
All right, so this one's fun too. So that was kind of the oh no. But let's talk about this one. What was? There's so many myths. There's so many misconceptions out there, right? So there's going to be anxieties going into any new job, but especially one where you can make zero really easily, or you can, sky's the limit on how hard you want to work. So what was the biggest anxiety that you had that maybe turned out to be a whole lot of nothing?
It's right there. He just fed you that.
Yeah, well, I mean, biggest anxiety for me was supporting my family.
Sure. Scary, isn't
it? It's terrifying to know that you're going from a steady paycheck, regular hours, the corporate world every day, and your life's pretty well planned every single day. And I didn't know how I was going to transition there, but I took a lot of my good habits and related them into what I'm doing now. And, somebody told me recently, if you want to soar with the Eagles, you don't stay up hooting with the Owls. And in order to do that,
last night.
Yeah,
well, sometimes you have to. That's part of entertaining, and it's just part of life. But yeah, if you want to succeed, you still have to plan. You still got to get up and have regular hours, and do the things that build and grow your business and keep you on track.
Yeah.
And you cannot do those things and you'll slide off.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't blame anybody but yourself if you don't earn that next check.
I think that's the really interesting thing about this job is, we love to put blame on other people for everything, right? Oh, I crashed into that guy because this other car cut me off or whatever. There's really no one you can blame in this one. I mean,
Right.
it's you.
It's you. It's all what you make it.
Yeah. So what about you? Biggest anxiety that turned out to be nothing?
I think, cold calling people was my biggest anxiety. And not really cold calling people I didn't know, just calling people and say, hey, Do you know someone who wants to buy or sell, something real estate related, investment property, or you want to buy or sell a house for yourself, whatever it may be from that real estate question. I had that anxiety. Not that I have trouble talking to people. It's just I was calling for a business purpose, not for a personal, hey, how are you doing? So I had to kind of incorporate that into my repertoire is, hey, this is a business call. We can catch up later. I'll call you Saturday at 10 to catch up. But today I want to ask you, who do you know that needs to buy or sell a home?
Yeah.
And as Garners, we've never had a problem talking to people.
Yeah, that's not a problem. But that was
it is hard when it almost feels selfish and like you're bothering.
Yeah, and I didn't want to feel like I was trying to take something without giving or take something anyway. I just, we give more than we take.
I still struggle with that, honestly. Yeah. I'm not very good at that.
And that if that's one thing that I could do better, I'm going to practice that. So I'm going to, starting with things.
So all of Barry's friends, get ready. He's going to be calling.
He's going to call you.
They already know. I've already started. So, but that's one thing that will take my business from where it is, which I have, a easily successful team in Peachtree City, to being, what I want to be known as a mega agent, or
sure,
and be in the same place that you guys are, and that we can all be, and just have fun with real estate. That's what it's about to me. I love going out with people and showing people houses. I just don't always love the ancillary stuff that goes along with it. That's part of it. So.
Right. Well, and if you really think about it, it's a really cool job that we get to do, and by that, what I mean is, home is important.
Oh yes,
it is important, right? People talk about going home, as far as like every day from work, but then also when they grow up and they move out, there's no place like home. I mean, home is important, and we get to be part of that. Whether it is moving from one to another, it's buying your first one. Oh my word! What is more important than that?
Yeah,
huge milestone.
Yeah,
everybody.
A friend of my family's, Ron Lutch. Do y'all know Ron? So Ron used to say every time that somebody bought their first home, he would tell them, "Congratulations, you just started your fortune."
Yes.
And I mean it's so true, and we get to be part of that. Not only part of it, but we get to advise on that. We get to, I've had people say they can't do it without us, or I couldn't have done that without you. That's not entirely true, but it's cool that they feel that way.
Are you still doing okay? You need some more water or anything?
I would love some more coffee.
Yeah, I think one of the regrets I have is, and I don't know if you really call it a regret, not doing it way sooner, not jumping into real estate way sooner. If I'd have got into it right after college, wow, my life would be so different.
But would it?
Yeah. I've thought that same thing.
I have too.
And to me,
You're welcome to her.
To me, I don't think I would be
Are you take it black now?
I'm sorry?
Are you take it black?
Yes, ma'am.
agent that I am had I not had those other experiences.
Yeah,
Appreciate
but those definitely put me where I am
agree with
today.
that.
But what I'm saying is, if I would have gotten into real estate then, I would have known, hey, build your fortune through real estate, because I could buy a house earlier. I had a 23-year-old female that she's looking to buy a house, and we got her in a contract. It was a great house for her. She was just so nervous that she couldn't pull the trigger, and so we had to terminate, which is not an awful thing, because we'll continue to work with her. I'm saying at 23, if you buy a house at 23, by the time you're 30, that house will be mostly paid for and probably appreciate quite a bit in value.
Yeah.
And by the time you're 40, you can keep that as investment property, which you've probably already done in your portfolio, and then just keep moving up, keep buying houses, and keep all those houses.
Fear is extremely paralyzing for most people in most situations, and absolutely was for me in my life in several instances. I mean, just like taking the plunge, like actually quitting my job and starting something new.
Yeah.
There have been instances in my previous career that I probably should have gone ahead and done something different, but fear held me back from doing that. Finally, I let go of fear, and it's a liberating experience. And fear is good to keep you grounded, But when you let it take over, then it keeps you from making that choice to buy a home or buy a car or get married
Or make those phone
have
calls.
kids,
Make
or
the phone calls, change careers,
cold call, knock on doors,
whatever.
it is.
Yeah.
And that fear, you gotta get past it.
Yeah, I think that's what I would tell people is, if you're in a situation where you can buy, go ahead and buy, because you can keep that property for longer than you really think you have to, or it can build you to getting towards the home that you want. You buy, sell, make some money, buy, sell, make some money. You end up in a better place, or you start early and build your portfolio, whichever one is what you want with your life. Same thing with getting your real estate license. There's no better day than today to go after what you want, especially in real estate.
Well, that's just
Go
it. Timing is everything, but yet at the same time, it's almost nothing.
Exactly.
In a way, So
Look at us too. 2009, worst time to get in.
So I have people. Is this a good time to get into real estate? I've had that question. I don't even know how many times.
Yeah,
And my answer is always the same. I don't know. You tell me.
it's all
Right.
about
Is it
you.
your time?
Exactly. Is this a great time to get your real estate license? I mean, if you really probably broke the numbers down, probably not, right? I mean, but neither was 2009,
Right.
So when is the best time to get your real estate license? It's when you're ready to do it, you're overcome that fear, and you're going to commit to doing the things that are going to make you a great agent.
Definitely.
That's the best time. So whether that's right now, whether that's 10 years ago, whether it's 10 years in the future,
Who knows? Only you.
yeah, I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have people out there that are thinking about getting their real estate license, the process is not hard.
At all.
It's easy to.
In fact, it's probably too easy.
Yeah, and that's why we have so many agents that only stay in for a short amount of time. After a year, they're done. But those agents that jump in and really put 100% effort into it, and that's kind of the whole deal. Is you got to be all in.
Yeah.
And so if you're out there and you want to get your real estate license, when you decide, go all in.
I realize part-time's not the way to do it.
No,
You will not succeed in this industry if you are part-time, because realistically, you never turn it off.
Right.
It's something it's not that you're only talking to somebody because they might be a potential client, but subconsciously,
Everybody's
you're anybody you come into contact with has the potential to be a client or to know somebody who they can refer you to, and so it never turns off, and you're constantly thinking about your business and how to make it better. And my kids, they go on a lot of showing appointments with me.
Yep.
They hear me on the phone in the car, and my youngest, he enjoys going to look at houses.
So do my kids do too.
The oldest one, he could care less, but he doesn't want to be around anybody right now because he's moving to me.
Did he see? I wonder if he's going to see that. No, he's not.
But
Love
I
you,
might
Parker.
show it to him. But I think he's still learning from me just through exposure. And unfortunately, all of our children are growing up in an age when face-to-face interaction and
They'll sit
building
next to each
good
other.
relationships is not important. And I think that this exposure for them will help them in the future to be successful, whatever business they choose to be in.
I agree.
Because they learn personal relationships.
I agree.
it's all about
And
relationships.
helping folks, and Jonas, my son, has made several comments about why did you do that, and I would say to him, well, it's just the right thing to do.
Yep.
And that's hard to explain to someone that was inconvenient for you, but it was the right thing. So, yeah,
We run into that monetarily on deals. You're like,
yeah,
well, I missed something, or this shouldn't have happened to this buyer or this seller, and we take care of it because it's the right thing to do.
right.
So it's good. But,
Yeah.
So it's
We've had a few people watching. We got somebody watching right now.
I hope everybody learned something.
Yeah, I learned I like you guys.
the good thing is, with people watching it, if they want to get into real estate, they got two good people to talk to right here and can give them the ropes. And one person that got in at the way wrong time, and we don't know about you yet, but got into
It was my right time.
Yeah.
At
So,
the right time.
and that's what we say is, there's always a great time to do something different in your life as long as you want to do it. You know, you guys got great people right here to talk to.
Well, and in Peachtree City too. I mean, I tagged you in this, so maybe some of your friends will see it. But you know, it's a cool industry when you find a few people that are worth having around. There's a lot of people in this industry that are don't jive well with me, at least, and some have told me that I can be hard to get along with. I don't know about that. I'm a pretty fun guy, I thought, but anyway. No, it's neat the relationships that you get to build with other agents. It's neat the relationship when you really interact with that true professional to go, man, that guy right there, that lady right there, I like how she does business, and I want to do my business more like how she does it, you know. Or the flip side of that is, man, I don't ever want to do business like that again,
job.
you know. So it's a neat industry.
And the cool thing about me being able to be on video with you guys is I grew up in Smyrna,
Yeah.
you know, Rutherford County, and you know, I would have never known you because Brett's 10 years younger than me, you know, unless you guys had this relationship. Right. And Brett and I talked about on our family cruise for Christmas. He really, really wanted to be in the real estate world, so it's a lot of fun. I appreciate the fact that you've done a lot of, you know, just conversations with me and invited me to events.
Well, and this guy right here, look, here's the deal. I'm a pretty good real estate agent. Okay, I can say that confidently.
He's successful.
I'm pretty good at what I do. I enjoy what I do. He is a better buyer's agent than I've ever been, and already since February. And he is conscientious. He is smart. He uses his brain. And if he doesn't know 100%, he asks for help.
Yep.
And that right there is hard. So, and he just genuinely cares about his clients. So I am fortunate to have Brett on my team, and my clients that have become his clients are fortunate to have him as their advocate in the buying process, which is, you talked about, it's scary sometimes. It's a huge deal. That's right. And a lot of people lose track of that.
Yeah, one other thing I just want to mention while we're talking about that is sometimes people that are buying new construction don't think they need somebody like Brett's knowledge or our knowledge to get into it, and you always need buyer representation because you want to have somebody as your advocate. So,
well, if anything, on new construction, you probably need it more
because their contracts are totally
different, and it's a complicated process. And you know, sometimes it goes well, and there's no issues, and it's smooth, and you're like, well, your job was easy. Every now and then that happens, but almost always in the process somewhere there's going to be a bump, and you're going to have no idea what to do.
You're right. That's it. Anytime you're making a major purchase, unless you're in that industry, you should probably have a professional from that industry consult. It doesn't matter if it's a home or an investment or
a car.
I mean, any major purchase, you should have a professional help.
I agree with that.
You're not going to go ask your neighbor to help you plan your retirement unless he's a financial planner.
Right.
You're not going to go ask the guy that lives down the street or the guy in the line at the grocery store about an appendix removal. They're not a doctor. You need professional help no matter what it is, and get it.
Yeah.
On the buy side of the business, it's not costing you anything.
Right.
It's a smart decision to make.
Yeah, I agree with that. So,
fun stuff.
All right. Well, this has been good, guys. We've been talking for 40 minutes. Can you believe that?
I felt like 5.
Golly. So, anyway, thanks for watching. This is Jonathan Harmon with the J. Harmon Home Team with Brett Garner, also the J. Harmon Home Team, and Barry Garner with the Garner Group down in Peachtree City, Georgia. If you have any real estate questions, you got a couple of pretty good guys here to answer it, and then you got me as well. So anyway, hope you're
loud here.
It's got a lot loud. A bunch of real estate agents. So anyway, hope you have a great day, and give us a call if you need anything. Thanks.